Things have been going pretty bad for Netflix lately. If you look at this Queen Cleopatra trailer, which is not really going over very well with people, it's sitting at 329,000 dislikes still. This is 12 days old. How many more trailers is Netflix going to put out? They're going to be ratioed, and they're going to have to turn the comments off like they did just here. Well, I can tell you one that's going to have a really bad response tomorrow, and that's The Witcher. So the season 3 trailer is dropping tomorrow, and I cannot wait for that one. Hold tight till tomorrow. This is from The Witcher at Witcher Netflix, the official account for the show that I'm sure isn't going to last much longer. They've got at least one more season, maybe, but Netflix has been known to cancel shit pretty much on no whim at all, so we're going to find out what happens, but the response to this is just as bad as you think it would be. So a lot of comments on here, a lot of quotes. Let's go through some of them and see if anybody really gives a damn about this show. Spoilers, nobody. Well, one or two people. Now, this is the really funny stuff. Yes. The final season. It's not the final season. That's the joke. The reason a lot of people are in the comments saying that it's the final season is because nobody's going to watch this season. Henry Cavill walking away, the comments of the director and the showrunner, these people have ran this series, this franchise, into the ground for Netflix. As Nina points out here, no thanks. You ruined it. She's right. They did ruin it. They ran into the ground. This was such an easy moneymaker. Here's the Witcher game coming in. Almost there. Nobody cares about this show. They're just doing a little bit of brand support here. But the game puts the show to shame. That's the kind of comments that the game's post is getting there. And they're right, too. The game does put the show to shame. This one's going out on a high note. It's probably best not to start watching it this week if you're going to watch it. It will only encourage them to make another season. Can't believe it's the final season already. Hopefully it ends on a high note. I'm so sorry The Witcher was canceled. This was a nice surprise, so this one likes it. It's the last season of The Witcher. I'll be sad when it's gone, but 3 seasons was a good run. The final season, I can't wait. Like, everyone's calling it the final season because it might be. I mean, no disrespect to is Chris Hemsworth, Liam Hemsworth is playing the new Geralt. No disrespect to him. He's going to get a check. That's why he's doing it. But nobody is going to accept this new Geralt after what happened to Henry Cavill. And the show is just become nothing but feminist propaganda. You had that new show that came out. Nobody liked that either. This is going to be a disaster. I can't wait for that trailer to come out. It's going to get ratioed to hell because nobody wants this shit. Things continue to get even worse for Netflix, though, because they've got even more shit going on, going back to Queen Cleopatra. She had a little bit of a meltdown over the weekend, and in this interview she did with, was it Variety? Yeah, Variety. This is funny. So there's a lot of controversy over this because, well, one, Queen Cleopatra was definitely not black. She was more than likely Greek. But if you had just cast an Egyptian actress, I don't think anybody would have cared. Because, I mean, at least she's Egyptian. She's from Egypt. She ruled Egypt. And this is definitely a big part of Egyptian culture and history. And Egyptians are rightfully pretty pissed off about this. They're not happy. They've voiced their frustrations. And now this director, who looks like a white woman, I'm going to guess, her name's Tina, she's literally giving them the finger. If this had been anybody else, like the way she's responding to them, this person would get called racist and cultural theft. But because she's woke, that's not happening. She's openly calling them hateful and racist. Egyptians, she's calling them hateful and racist and mocking them. Imagine if this has been anybody else. It's particularly not a white woman. Listen to some of these comments. Like she's basically telling Egyptians to shut up and deal with it, which is wild. Listen to this. The director said that what the historians can confirm is that that she more than likely looked more like Adele than Elizabeth Taylor ever did. She then says the magnitude and political nature of this job became grander as production got nearer. It was important to get things right, but you didn't. I mean, right along from the trailer, right away, you didn't. She said, but the way to find a way of telling the story with humanism and nuance, the last thing we needed was another Cleopatra divorced from her womanhood and her power only sexualized. She pointed to the 2005 HBO series Rome, which portrayed one of the most intelligent, sophisticated, and powerful women in the world as a sleazy, dissipated drug addict, noting that Egypt didn't seem to mind, but portraying her as black? Perhaps it's not just that I've directed a series that portrays her that way, but that I've asked Egyptians to see themselves as African, and they are furious at me for that. I'm okay with this. She's calling them racist. She's calling the entire nation of Egypt racist. Then she says she's been the target of a huge hate campaign during the shooting of the film, adding that Egyptians accused me of blackwashing and stealing their history. Well, you did. And in any other situation, the media would be backing them up. But because of what she's doing with this movie and that she's woke, they don't care. So the media is actually throwing Egyptians under the bus, which is crazy about this. There's been so many stories about this, but the media is not going after the director and the production company. They're going after Egyptians, which is wild. Now she's a victim, too. Some threatened to ruin my career, which I wanted to tell them was laughable. I was ruining it very well for myself. Thank you very much. And that's it. She's got a lot else going on here, but it's just funny. She's like a Cleopatra expert now. Some dumbass from Hollywood thinks that they're an expert in anything. It's funny, breaking all this shit down. She has no idea what she's talking about. Literally handed the script. You don't know anything about Cleopatra, obviously. That was very clear from the start of the trailer. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about all this. You think The Witcher Season 3 is going to be a flop? Let me know. How do you feel about this Cleopatra thing? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Rumble and Locals. I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Make sure to check out my Locals. There's a link in the description. It's a fun community that I'm trying to build over here. If you don't want to support me on YouTube, you can come over here. None of that money goes to YouTube. You also can just come over here for free. But if you are a supporter over here, I do plan on doing an extra live stream once a month and throwing links to the supporters so you can actually come on and have a supporter live stream with me. Also, it's a good place to catch all of my content. You don't have to worry about notifications like YouTube. They'll definitely work over here. So come check out my Locals.